Hello and welcome to the Tarkis Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be doing another review here on Amazon, and we're going to be reviewing these Hydroponic Full Spectrum CFL Grow Lights. I bought them back on May 5th. I bought two of them, and I have both of them here in my hands, and both of them are burnt out. And how I'm utilizing them, they're in a low humidity environment. I actually have them in a small little cloning tent that I do cloning for tomatoes. I've been cloning tomatoes for years. What I typically do is buy a couple tomatoes early in the spring. I grow those in dirt, and then I start clipping off the branches, and then I put them in my tent that I have, and then I usually have two of these bulbs that are in shop lights that are in the tent, and until the tomatoes get roots, they sit in the tent. They get roots, then I can move them to the outdoors, and I usually get 50, 60 tomatoes that way by cloning them using my system. With that said, again, the bulbs burnt out. They burnt out. One burnt out 3 days ago. The other one burnt out a day ago. And I contacted the company, this ePhoto, and went to their seller page. And I was like, oh, great, they got a 99% positive review. Then this should go smoothly. I'll just explain to them through email, through their contact them and say, look, these only lasted maybe 40 days at the most. Could you guys help me out? Well, that's when it went downhill. Their responses were not satisfactory, not even close. I eventually contacted Amazon, who was able to give me a full refund on both the bulbs. With that said, I'm giving this product a 1-star review only because it didn't last long enough. I've owned a few type of bulbs like this from different companies. I just, was looking for a bulb quickly on Amazon because I got a couple of these tents that I use for cloning various things like tomatoes you can clone. I've actually got some perennials that I'm able to clone, and I've got these small little tents that hold a little bit of humidity but not a lot of humidity, because I do have to control the humidity a little bit, because that's if you understand how cloning works. But I do rely on these type of lights to do it. You can run two of these lights in each tent, and they don't get hot, and they give you the light you need to get the root process to start with tomatoes, especially with tomatoes. So I was happy with the light and until they burnt out. When it went downhill was contacting the company and saying, look, could you help me out? And their email responses were not that satisfactory, like I said. What's great about it is Amazon gets a copy of your dialogue back and forth with them. So when I got on the phone with Amazon, the rep was able to see it and say, yeah, that doesn't seem very customer friendly. He goes, I'm going to give you a full refund. And that's what they did. So I want to tell you, first off, 1 star on the bulbs, but definitely 1 star from this company. I don't understand how they could have 99% positive reviews if my interaction with them was so terrible. I just, and I tried to go through here to try to review them myself through this interface, and I gave up on it. They're not making that easy either. So I don't know how they came to the 99% positive reviews, because I wouldn't have given them a positive review, definitely. So if you come to this product on Amazon and you see ePhoto or anything with ePhotoinc, I would stay clear of it, only because if you have any problems, it doesn't seem like the company's very willing to really work with you. They kind of just say, go to Amazon, they'll help you. And I think that's just a kind of scurvy way to make Amazon pay for their mistakes. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. I mean, I could be wrong there, but I'm not happy when you got two bulbs that go out within days of each other. And I have these type of bulbs upstairs in my bathroom, smaller versions, and those are like 3-4 years old, and they work just fine. So again, it just shows you that it's just shoddy construction, or they've got a defective product. Well, thank you for joining me. 1 star review all the way. This has been a Talker's Zone review.